It's one of the most intriguing matchups that comic fans can dream up. Superman, the last son of Krypton, the Man of Steel, and Namor, the avenging son, King of Atlantis, and Marvel's first superhero. Both are icons, both kings in their own right, and both nearly unstoppable when they're at their best. So, if Superman and Namor went head-to-head, could the King of the Sea sink the Man of Steel? Let's start with their origins, because it matters. Superman draws his power from Earth's yellow sun. Under its rays, he's faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound and much more. His powers are legendary. Flight, super speed, heat vision, Arctic breath, nigh invulnerability, and an intellect to match. Namor, on the other hand, is the mutant son of a human sea captain and the princess of Atlantis. He rules the oceanic depths and boasts immense strength, especially underwater, where no ordinary man can rival him. He can lift tanks on land and shatter submarines beneath the waves. As an Atlantean, Namor is built to survive the crushing pressure of the deepest oceans. He's equipped with a set of wings on his ankles that allow him to dart through the thick ocean or soar through the sky. But powers are only half the story. Superman's strength is inspiring. He's bench-pressed the weight of the earth for 5 days straight. He's held his own against other godlike beings, including Darkseid and Doomsday. Bluntly, there are few in the DC universe who can even hope to challenge him in raw power. Namor's strength, however, is nothing to scoff at. When fully hydrated, especially within the ocean, he has gone toe-to-toe with the Hulk, bested the Thing, and fought Thor to a standstill. On land, Namor's power can wane. But in his natural element, the depths, his abilities are magnified. And of course, he can summon sea creatures, control tides, and manipulate water currents. Let's imagine the battlefield. If Superman and Namor meet on the rooftops of Metropolis or the streets of New York, Superman's advantage is clear. The sun is out, the air is dry, and the sheer force of his attacks can flatten buildings. Namor might be able to keep up for a while, but prolonged exposure to the dry air will sap his power, and Superman's speed and range give him the upper hand. But move the fight to the heart of the Atlantic, or deep within the Mariana Trench, and the story changes. There Namor is at his strongest, fully hydrated, surrounded by the infinite pressure and mystery of the deep ocean. Superman can survive underwater, but water filters out the yellow sun's rays. Solar reserves start to dwindle. He's strong, but he's not at his peak. Meanwhile, Namor not only draws power from the sea, but commands it. The tides become his weapon. Giant squids, whales, and monstrous sea creatures come to his aid. The darkness and pressure do not slow Namor for a second. That's not all. Namor is a warrior king, with the cunning of a tactician. He fights dirty when he must, and he's as proud as he is arrogant. Superman, on the other hand, tends to hold back. Years of living among humans have made him cautious. He fights to subdue rather than destroy. If Namor targets a coastal city with a tidal wave, Superman's first instinct will be to save lives, not simply overpower his foe. In a battle of wits and distractions, Namor has a few cards he can play. Of course, Superman is adaptable. His heat vision can boil the ocean around Namor, and his freeze breath can lock the Sea King in ice. Even underwater, Superman's speed and endurance allow him to fight for hours, and centuries of stories have taught us to never underestimate his resolve. There's also the matter of durability. Both have shrugged off hits from gods and monsters. Superman withstands planet-shaking blows. And although Namor has survived the vacuum of space and the bottom of the ocean, he still hasn't faced anyone quite like Superman. So who wins? In a neutral setting, it's hard to imagine Namor overcoming Superman's sheer, overwhelming power. Out in the sun, above the waves, Superman is the clear favorite. But give Namor the home field advantage, let the Man of Steel's powers be diminished. Let the circles of Atlantean might close around him, and suddenly, it's a real fight. It's the most likely scenario. Superman wins the majority, but not without effort, and not without respect for his aquatic challenger. Namor will never surrender, and would rather drown a continent than bow to anyone, Kryptonian or not. In the end, it's the kind of rivalry that makes comics great to kings. Two worlds and a battle that could move the heavens and the sea. And perhaps the real answer is this: if Namor can't sink the Man of Steel, he'll make sure Superman never forgets the day they went to war beneath the waves.